Thank you to Robert and Adam Aguri who were at this game for sending me this video of the Canadian celebration outside the arena after Canada won it. Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God be our land, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Are those the Fan First Network guys? I don't care who it was a bunch of Canadians! Hooray! The refs might not know that 6 is bigger than 5, but what's most important today is that 4 is bigger than 3. Canada wins 4-3 in overtime over Czechia in the quarterfinal. What a cardiac day. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about a hard truth. The games that you remember the most fondly are the ones that you almost lost. No? Okay. Who scored for Canada in the gold medal game in 2014 in Sochi? What jersey were they wearing? What was the score? Okay, great. Who won it in overtime in 2010? What was the score? Canadians probably even remember who scored for the States. This was uncomfortable, but it was a lot of fun. And it started out fun. Hooray! Canada's playing in the quarterfinal against a team that they beat 5-0 in the prelim. This is going to be a great one. And oh, look, it's the child. Connor McDavid gets it to Macklin Celebrini. He's got nothing to shoot at. But he stick handles in a phone booth, pulls it, drags it, shoots it, scores! Can you believe it was ever even considered that this kid wouldn't make the team? Macklin Celebrini again! And Canada takes the early 1-0 lead. And oh boy, did things take a turn after that. The Olympics are crazy because you're never going to look as good as you possibly could. Who wins in a best-of-7 series? Team Canada or whoever's first place in the NHL? Let's say it's a video game and you're able to double up Nathan McKinnon and Cal McCarr and Devon Toews. The answer is probably Canada, but in a one game, win or go home, I think I might take the Avs. And that's not a shot at Canada. I would say that about any Olympic team. Chemistry is huge. And the reason I bring that up is, wow, did Canada have absolutely none of it, especially defensively, and the Czechs picked them apart. Radko Gudas got an assist on this one, which bleh. Anyway, Roman Cervenka, who tried to play in the NHL, and it didn't really work, I think the Flames might have been wrong, because he finds Lucas Sedlak. Did he play? Give me a sec. He did play. Oh, for like a while. What? 3 of those games were for the Avs. Everyone played for the Avs. Dude played 192 NHL games? Well, currently he's not playing in the NHL. Currently, he's the second leading scorer on Pardubice HC in the Czech League. Yeah, second. That's pretty good. Oh, that's a really good question. The guy who passed him the puck here! Roman Cervenka finds Sedlak in front, and he buries it. Dude, I hate this guy. He was a thorn in Canada's side all game. And Czechia ties it 1-1. All right, yay. Calm down. Okay, they tied it. Seen it be tied before. No need to oh my God! Canada takes a penalty. Czechs go to the power play. Cervenka, again, finds Hronek, who has a bomb of a shot and does not use it. Subtly sends it over to David Pastrnak, who turns a puck into vapor.
Cervenka. Hronek hands it off. And they score! David Pastrnak on the power play. And the Czechs have taken the 2-1 lead over Canada. 5:11 to go in the first.
I didn't love how deep in his net Binnington was on this, but I'm not sure anyone's stopping that. And yeah, no, I know it's early, but pucker time. David Pastrnak puts the Czechs on top 2-1 in the first on the power play, and you're asking yourself, when was the last time Canada was even losing? Great question. Elliot Friedman has it. First time since 2010, Canada has trailed in Olympics best on best. 805 minutes and 1 second of game time. Okay, 2010 Canada-USA gold medal. No, Canada was never losing that game. Canada-Slovakia in the semifinal. No, Canada was never losing that game. They almost blew both of those games, but they never lost and never trailed. Canada-Russia quarterfinal. Canada went up 3-0. They were never losing that game. Canada-Germany, they killed them. The last time Canada was trailing a game at the Olympics with NHL players in it was a prelim game against the States in 2010. If it felt weird and unfamiliar to you, that's why. And all of a sudden, you're looking down to the other end of the ice and that's Lucas Dostal. Don't let his NHL numbers fool you because he has a sub 900 save percentage. That goalie's ridiculous. That guy pulls off miracles for the Anaheim Ducks, and he is definitely capable of winning one for the Czechs. And immediately after, the Czechs go, and park the bus. Are they going to be able to park the bus the whole game? Surely not. And then like first shift after they go up 2-1, they are 5 guys flat at the blue line and you're like, oh, this is actually going to be not fun. We go into intermission, Canada's losing, and now you have all this extra time to feel icky about it. Andre Palat rocks Sidney Crosby nowhere near the puck, no call, cool. Couple wonky penalties going both ways in the first period, I guess that's over. And then things go from bad to disastrous as Sidney Crosby collides with Radko Gudas, because of course it's Radko Gudas, and he goes down with an injury. You could see it like just heading off screen on the live cam, and immediately on the stream I was like, oh no.
Theodore. Oh, great puck movement. Crosby dumps it. Oh! He falls very awkwardly. Canada in the offensive zone, though. Crosby joins. Gudas going after Crosby. Yeah, Crosby's leg. Crosby goes off and he's hurt. Sidney Crosby is hurt at the Olympics. Crosby's going down the tunnel. Sidney Crosby has gone down the tunnel in these quarterfinals with Canada down 2-1 to the Czechs. And he is walking on his own strength, but extremely gingerly.
Now, who knows if this was a lifetime achievement injury, like it was a little bit of the Palat hit, or I thought his leg just went underneath him real funny on the Gudas collision. But he would go down the tunnel, he would miss the rest of the game, and watching him walk off, yes, under his own strength, but boy, did that not instill confidence at all. People are asking if he's going to play Friday. Dude, I don't know if he's going to play at all. I'm not saying his career's done, but Canada has a max of 2 games left, and they're Friday and Sunday. And that didn't look like something that's going to heal by Sunday. Definitely not something that's going to heal by Friday. It is Sidney Crosby, but he's made of flesh and bone like the rest of us, allegedly. So, how are the vibe? Right now, you're feeling good, right? Well, if you were working, your boss sucks. Or if you just blacked out and forgot, they were awful. Oh, vibes were terrible. No more Sidney Crosby, no more captain. You're losing, and not only are you losing, this is not regular losing. This is best on best, right? International tournament, sometimes these things happen. At international tournaments, sometimes you see it in the NHL, frankly, there are teams that are clearly outmatched. You begin the game knowing you are outmatched. There's a skill to trying to win a game where you know you're outmatched. And sometimes it just happens where Canada runs into a team and for whatever reason they can't get something going and it's tied and the shots are like 50-15, but doesn't matter. All that matters is the score on the scoreboard. This was not one of those games. Do not let the shots fool you. A moment came in the second period where the Czechs took a penalty and then things turned and Canada really turned it on. But before that, it was dire. You couldn't even argue Canada was the better team. Not confidently. And John Cooper, who has not smiled the entire game, is jumbling the lines. He has to. Sidney Crosby's hurt. Dude, I don't think you understand the impact. It's not just the aura of Sid. It's not just the fact that he's the captain. It's that was arguably their most consistent line. I don't even know if there's an arguable about it. It was the only line that stayed together 100% of the time. The McDavid line. Sometimes McKinnon was there. Sometimes it was Wilson. Sometimes who knows. The McKinnon line. sometimes McKinnon wasn't there, so you couldn't even call it that. You had Suzuki playing center. You had Reinhardt playing center for a minute. The fourth line was a random rotating cast of men. But Sid, Marner, Stone, that was bedrock. Those guys were out there together 100% of the time. And now, if you're Canada, if you're John Cooper, if you're that whole coaching staff, you're like, so what do we do? Well, great. Glad you asked that. You have the minor task, just a little, of replacing Sidney Crosby. Now, luckily, your team is stupid stacked. But when they laid it out on the broadcast, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. They pointed out that not only is Sidney Crosby out of this game, but Nathan McKinnon, because of his injury against France, very likely is not at 100%. Very likely far below 100%. Speaking of McKinnon, well, there he is. He's in Canada's end. He's outside of a puck battle, and he got knocked to the ice by Kempney. I didn't like that. All right, well, play on. Why'd they blow it? Why'd they blow the whistle? Listen, if you're a Czech hockey fan, and you want to call that a soft call, fine. I understand. But also, you got multiple whacks at Nathan McKinnon, a player who did not have the puck. He was standing well outside of that puck battle. You're in the offensive zone, and you took that penalty probably 180 feet from your net. You can't take that penalty. You cannot take that penalty at that moment in this game. You can call it soft if you want. It's a justified call. It's one of those what did you expect calls. It's one of those you're giving your life, you're putting your life in the hands of the officials. Did I expect it to get called? No. Was I surprised it was called? Yeah, kinda. Did it call? Yes! Interference is like the only thing they called in this game, and you interfered! And Canada goes to the power play. And Nathan McKinnon, 100% or not, rams it into the Czech net. This is a bullet through legs and knees and sticks and traffic.
McKinnon, cross ice for McDavid. Down low for Celebrini. McDavid, McKinnon, scores! Nathan McKinnon snipes it off the bar on the power play. Attaboy, Kempney. Attaboy. Making them pay. If Canada comes back and wins this game, that is the worst penalty in Czech hockey history.
McKinnon finds a ray of light, puts the puck there, and Dostal can't see the thing. And Canada has tied the game. Our great nightmare is over. Don't worry. We don't have to worry. Guys, don't worry. Okay, woof. It's over now. It's fine. We're fine. Canada gets another power play. It's Gudis. Wouldn't this be incredible? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's tied, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Earlier in this game, you couldn't say Canada was the better team. It was the Canadians and the Czechs exchanging blows. Pretty much the whole back half of the second period and most of the third period, it was Canada's game. One play that was pretty much a fire drill, and Canada's in the offensive zone, and they're looking good. Less than half a period to go. Oh no! But Devon Toews has it at the point, and he puts it on, and it's blocked. Wow, the Czechs are playing really good defense, like bizarrely good defense. Almost feels like there's 6 of them. What? All right, never mind all that. Puck is going down the other way. There's no time to waste.
Now here comes Natchez. Oh boy, he's got Pasta with him. Hands it off. Shot. The Czechs score. 7:42 to go in the third. Andre Palat takes the lead for Czechia.
And with 7:42 to go, the Czechs celebrate as they take the 3-2 lead. There's all 6 of them in the huddle celebrating. What? Here's the thing. If that play felt off to you, good. Your instincts are correct. When Canada had the puck in the offensive zone, there were 6 Czech skaters on the ice. And no, this wasn't one of those things where it's like, someone, it was like you could have called it too many men, but it's close. The guys like at the bench. No. The Czechs had 6 active players in the play. That creates a turnover. Obviously, Palat is on the ice. Shouldn't be. Ends up scoring the game-tying goal, and there oh my God, all the narratives would have been about Canada should have brought this guy or that guy or that guy. On this play, you should have covered this guy, should have covered that guy, should have covered that guy. They had had 6 players and a goalie, which you are never, under any circumstances, allowed to do. Now, you can be a conspiracy theorist if you want, but my guess is people involved in the Olympics, the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, and especially the officiating crew for this game are rather happy that Canada won this game. On account of this was an ill-gotten goal. This should have never happened, should have never counted, and not only should it have never counted, Canada should have been on the power play. And you could be like, oh, you can't complain about officiating. Yeah, you can. And I think it's okay when the other team has very markedly an unfair advantage because you let them have more guys. Czechia, Czech fans who maybe don't like what I'm saying, listen, this was a great game. This was blow to blow. This was back and forth. This was awesome. Taking nothing away from Czechia. But this goal should have never happened. You take nothing away from Czechia from what got us to 2-2. But 3-2 was a pile of crap. There were 6 guys in the celebration. That can't happen. The Olympics, there's NHL officials there. This is supposed to be the best of the best. And this is the world stage. How do you miss that? I know even the best of the best are human, but the best of the best get criticized and ridiculed when they don't pull it off. This officiating crew failed. That's so bad. Luckily, we put that all in the past because Nick Suzuki, heroics! In real time, this was heroism. Suzuki has the puck. He's at the end of a shift. He's tired. He has the easy option to dump it. But he cannot give the Czechs the puck. Because then the Czechs, who very much want to park the bus, they were icing the puck on purpose. They're going to take their sweet time. And you got to come off the bench and you got to start your shift chasing the Czechs around and trying to take the puck off them. And by the time you get the puck back, you're half exhausted. So Suzuki says, you know what? I'm staying with the play. And he brings it in himself. And he chips it in himself. And he fights for it himself. Seth Jarvis to the rescue. Sends it to Devon Taves. And Nick Suzuki, instead of going to the bench, says, I'm going to park in front. Taves throws it on. Suzuki tips. And it beats Lucas Dostal. Nick Suzuki, who a bunch of people after the round robin were like, maybe this guy should be scratched himself onto the scoreboard. And Canada has tied this thing.
Canada needs to change. Suzuki stays with it. Good choice. Suzuki, great job. Gets it to Jarvis. He needs a change. They score! Canada ties it on the deflection. 3-3 with 3:27 to go in the third. Canada fires it on, deflects it, and it's Nick Suzuki, Montreal Canadiens captain. Should he or shouldn't he be here? He's tired. He needs a change. He could dump it, but Canada needs the puck. He skates with it. He stays with it. He keeps it alive for Jarvis. It's to the point he goes net front, and he tips it by Lucas Dostal, Nick Suzuki. Heroics in the third, and Canada stays alive with a tying goal from the Habs captain.
And from that moment on, I knew Canada was going to win this game. Nature's on the breakaway! I knew Canada was going to win this game. Now, I was worried about Natchez. I was worried about Pasternak. What Canada can throw over the board in 3-on-3 overtime is patently absurd. Even without Sidney Crosby, you're throwing out Celebrini, McDavid, McKinnon, whoever. Pretty much any combination of 3 guys is going to be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Celebrini, who's been so gosh darn good for Canada, hands it to Mitch Marner, flying through the neutral zone. He looked for one little mistake, and the Czechs gave it to him, and he took it. Celebrini does a wonderful job before the handoff of bunching the Czechs up. And once the Czechs realized that, they went, oh, and they spread out a little, but they're flat-footed. They're not moving. Definitely not as fast as Marner, so Marner gets it like a bullet. Kampf and Simic are right there. And it's the smallest, subtlest thing. But if Simic just goes, okay, I trust my guy to have Celebrini, he probably cuts to where Marner's cutting, and he's able to stifle the shot. He's able to throw the shot off. He's able to get Marner to go, you know what, I'm going to bring this into the corner, curl back, I'm going to hand it off. I'm going to do anything other than end the game immediately. But the red, white, and blue sea parts. Kampf and Simic give Marner this. Marner carves through them and floats it in on the backhand. Mitch! 4-3 in overtime. Canada advances to the semis.
Kampf out there, Kasha out there, Simic out there. Marner scores! Mitch Marner flips it on the backhand. Mitch Marner, the overtime hero, just like at the Four Nation faceoff. Canada completes the comeback against Czechia. Less than 90 seconds into overtime. It's Mitch off the bench.
Let's just skip right to this. Has Marner done enough to beat the allegations, or does he need to do it at 5-on-5 to prove it? Did anyone watch the Four Nation face-off? I was under the impression it was very popular. He did this a year ago. Canada, overtime, first game of the Four Nation face-off, so maybe you forgot because there were 3 games that followed, but Crosby and Marner were on the ice. Marner scored the overtime winner for Sweden. For Canada. You're never gonna guess my emotion when that happened. Happy! I don't understand why people can't compartmentalize. When I cheer for the Leafs, when the Leafs are playing, I am cheering for the Leafs. When he was a Leaf, and he scored goals for the Leafs, and assisted on goals for the Leafs, I said, hooray Leafs! Hooray Marner, who plays for the Leafs. Were there complicated feelings once he left? You betcha! Can't go through those again. Won't do it. But now, he's playing for Canada, and I cheer for Canada. And when he scores for Canada, I say, hooray, Canada. It's not like, it would have been better if someone else scored against Sweden, and it would have been better if Marner didn't assist on the Four Nation face-off winning goal by Connor McDavid, and it would have been better if Mitch Marner didn't score the quarterfinal winning goal against Czechia. Like, guys, he shows up for Canada. I did get a bunch of questions in the chat for the stream, like, why couldn't he have done this for the Leafs? I don't know. And at the moment, don't care. Canada was playing today. He scored for Canada. Hooray. I hope he scores again on Friday. I hope he scores again on Sunday. I hope he gives him the opportunity to score on Sunday. Why is everyone being so weird about this? All right, anyway, moving on. I like to take questions from both sides. So here, let's get to a Czech fan. Patrick just says, no, that's valid. I understand. Good game. Good game. Holy cow. I'd be remiss if I didn't read you this quote from Mark Stone. Mark Stone on the idea that Mitch Marner isn't clutch. I hate whoever asked this, viscerally. As a teammate, I haven't experienced that. Four Nations, he gets a huge overtime goal for us. Yes. Makes an incredible play for the winner. Yes. Then tonight, when we need him the most, he makes the play. So I think it's a Toronto thing. Yes. Yeah, people are going to look at that as shade. No, he nailed it. Guess where this game was played? Italy! In an Olympic game! Where the Leafs don't friggin' play! It's always stop making everything about the Leafs until it's time to dunk on the Leafs. You can't have it both ways, you sickos! Anyway, no, I'm, be happy. You also. Don't be weird! I won't lie to you, most of the questions are about this. Ooh, this one's good. Is the Binnington experience best described as a yo-yo or a roller coaster? Roller coaster. I'm going to say roller coaster. Yo-yos are too consistent. They're up, they're down. They're up, they're down. Roller coasters can go wherever the frick. I don't know who I would play in the semis. I know who John Cooper is. He's going to play Benner. I don't know. It was funny, people, like, when Canada was losing, especially when it was 3-2, talking about Binnington and net like the mistake has already been made. Not just like the game was already over, but like last year never happened. Sometimes you need to get to the end of the book before you can review it. And this book is still being written. So, what'd you think of that one? Let me know in the comments down below. Madone. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Canada moves on to the Final Four, and we'll see who awaits them in Italy on Friday.